Happy Vlogmas, everyone! What are they doing? How is the Christmas alphabet different from the ordinary alphabet? The Christmas alphabet has no L. What's Elsa saying? What did one snowman say to the other snowman? Do you smell carrots? Are you tired? You're not meant to be lying on the couch. What's green, covered with tinsel and goes ribbit, ribbit?
Oh.
Mistletoe. What are you doing in the Christmas tree? How much did Santa pay for his sleigh? Nothing, it was on the house. And Spud, why are you on my ring light? What did Mrs. Claus say to Santa when she looked in the sky? Answer?
I don't know.
Looks like rain, dear. Hello, you two. You'll burn your bums. What are you two saying to it? What did one angel say to the other, Brooke?
Don't know.
Hello there.
That's a bad one.
That's not a bad one, that was a good one. What's the best thing to give your parents for Christmas? A list of everything you want. 7 days to go. 7 days till Santa. Sing. Right, you'll sing in the living room. 7 days to go. 7 days till Santa.
18, yeah.
18, yeah.
Makeup.
Ooh, what kind of makeup? Let me see.
Eyeshadow.
Eyeshadow. Ooh, I like them. Ooh, sparkly. It's a shame you didn't have that yesterday for your party. What you got today, Brooke?
Slytherin notebook.
Yeah, last Slytherin notebook.
Merry Christmas, you bummed her.
You bummed her?
Yeah.
What's a bummed her?
Bummed her.
What's a bummed her? Is that just a nickname?
Yeah.
He's really cool. I like him. Right, let's get ready for school. At least it's Friday. Yay. Those faces are not impressed. Advent calendar time now, number 18. Let's see what's in here. Oh, how's number 12 closed again? Oh, some of my doors are closing. We can't have that. Oh no. Right, number 18, here we go. We have another cow. Oh, he's got antlers and a Rudolph nose. Okay, I was wondering why that was Christmassy, but yes it is. Rudolph the red-nosed cow. Hello Willa, yes it's chocolate, but no, you're not getting it. What we got here, we have got a teddy bear, very cute, and a Christmas pudding, yay! Before I show you what is in envelope number 18 from Laura, I just want to let you know that Laura now has a video up on her channel showing you what she has opened from me so far. So if you want to see the crafty goodies that I gave to Laura, I will link that video for you. Right, let's see what we've got today. Oh, the paper's lovely stockings and wreaths. Sorry if you can hear heavy breathing, it is Ranach. He wants to see what's in it as well. What have we got? Oh, a wedding cake. Look at that. That's beautiful. We've got another felt wreath, which is beautiful. Oh, that's a big one. Look at the size of that chocolate coin. Oh, I'm going to enjoy devouring that. Oh, we've got a love theme going on today. We've got a wedding cake and we've got a gorgeous love heart. Look at that. That is amazing. Isn't it beautiful? Look at the heart with the little wire and the glitter. That is absolutely gorgeous. I love that, Laura. Oh, a nice gold tag. Beautiful. Aww. At first I thought it was wedding bells, but it's not, it's Christmas. It's a Christmas bell and bauble. That's gorgeous. Colour that in and put it on a card. We have a crocodile. Ah, that is so cute. Or is it an alligator? I can never tell the difference between the two. It's gorgeous anyway. Oh, another wee smiley mushroom. I love them. And another watering can. And finally, we've got a wee envelope. I love that paper. And you can pop little bits and pieces in there and send us Happy Mail. Thank you again, Laura. That was day 18 done. Don't forget to go over and check out the video that I linked so you can see what I've given Laura so far. Hi everyone, welcome to our Crazy Life Scotland and Vlogmas day 19. Ah, we're nearly there, folks. We're nearly there. Can you tell we're all getting tired? You could probably tell by the way Brooke was lying on the sofa in the craft room this morning when we were looking at the elves, how tired she is. I am exhausted. The elves must be extremely tired as well because they just told us jokes this morning. They didn't get up to mischief. I think they're definitely tired. But yeah, it was quite funny hearing the jokes, and I have moved them. You'll see them behind me. I moved them over onto my desk just to be on the safe side so that Willa doesn't attack them. Anyway, that's what went on this morning. I did manage to catch the dogs getting their advent, and Brooke got eyeshadow, and she finally got a Slytherin notebook, so she's away to school with that, all happy. She really enjoyed her Christmas party yesterday. Doesn't sound like it was up to much, to be honest. They basically put music on, had snacks out and did crafts. There was no games, there was no dancing, there was nothing like that. All because of COVID rules apparently. But if they can do PE, why can't they do dancing? I don't know. Anyway, Brooke enjoyed it and that's all that matters. Abby got a really cool little guitar man for on her shelves in her bedroom today. It's a little wire figure that was from Shein. And it's absolutely gorgeous. Abby loves playing, well, she plays the ukulele now, but she used to play the guitar, so I thought that would be quite appropriate for her. So yeah, all happy, all happy. Right, so today in Vlogmas, I'm going to answer your questions. I have been asking for about a month or so now for you to leave questions for me to answer in this video, and I have had some crackers that I'm really looking forward to answering. So thank you very much if you did leave questions for me. Let's get into it. I'll try not to make it too long for you, but I do want to answer them all. So the first question I have is from my lovely friend Jill from, is it Jill's Frills and Witchy Skills here on YouTube? And her question is, where did the dogs come from? So, Ranach, who is the Leonberger that's just had the operation, we got him from a breeder. We wanted a Leonberger specifically, so we had to go way down to Bury St Edmunds in the south of England to get him because there were no active breeders in Scotland at the time. They're not a very common breed in the UK at all. Molly and Clyde were both rescues. Clyde was from the SSPCA in Dumbarton, which isn't far away from us. Jack was looking for a dog to run with in the Canicross. That's how we ended up with Clyde. And Molly was my mum's cousin's dog, but my mum's cousin wasn't well and wasn't able to, she could look after her, no bother, but couldn't give her all the exercise that she needed to run off the energy that she had and everything. And Brooke was looking for a Canicross dog as well. So that's how we ended up with Molly. And then Willa. Willa we got from the Borders Pet Rescue. Jack had saw her on their Facebook page, and the poor thing had been in and out of there so many times. Every time someone took her, they took her back. So we decided to give her forever home. So that's where all the dogs came from. Christine from My Life and Hobbies, my lovely friend Christine, asks why we moved here. So you might know that we lived in the Falkirk area I lived there all my life basically, apart from when I went to uni in Dundee. And we moved here in 2018 out to the west of Scotland near Helensburgh. And the reason that we did that was Jack's work. Basically, Jack he was always like a contractor and had short-term contracts, and he was away from home a lot of the time. And then he got the chance of a job here on a permanent basis that meant that he wouldn't be going away from home anymore. So he took it. And we were planning to wait until Abby had finished high school before we actually moved here, but it was way too much travelling for Jack. It was like an hour and a bit each way every day. So we ended up moving quicker than we expected, and we absolutely love it. We are so happy here. Anne-Marie McBrearty asks, what would I do if I was invisible for a day? Wow, what an absolutely brilliant question that is. And honestly, I don't know. I really don't know, because whatever I did, I would feel like I was snooping on people. I think part of me would love to go and, I don't know. Part of me would want to see what the girls were up to, and not to spy on them as such, but just to see what their world's like outside the house, because we hear snippets, especially Abby. I mean, she's 16 now, so we hear snippets about these friends and those friends and these boys and things like that, but I would love to actually see how she is with her friends, because her friends occasionally come to the house, but like I said, we live out in the sticks, so most of the time she's away seeing her friends. So I would love to see how she interacts when she's out and about with all her friends. So I don't mean I would like to spy on her to see if she's getting up to mischief or anything like that. She's 16, the decisions she makes now are her decisions, but I would love to see just how she interacts with her friends, and whether she's very different in that situation than she is in the house. And with Brooke as well. Brooke has, we'll go into what's happening with Brooke in a different video, but she's got some issues going on, and she has had a lot of bullying and things like that. So I would love to be able to be invisible, just to watch over her and see exactly what she does go through some days. I think that would be really good. But the other part of me would love to be able to visit like a movie set or something like that, and see what goes on behind the scenes on, like, I'm talking like the big movies, or even going into a vet's, because I always wanted to be a vet when I was younger. So I would love to be able to just be invisible in a vet surgery all day to see what goes on behind the scenes, and watch the surgeries and watch the animals getting treated, things like that. That is a really good question. It's a really tough one. I would like to know in the comments below what any of you would do if you were invisible for the day. Michelle Moo Young, who is a lovely viewer from the States, has asked a couple of questions. First of all, what is my favourite holiday childhood memory? And by that, I think she means Christmas, because she's obviously, the Americans call Christmas the holidays rather than we call holidays going away in the summer. But I think she means a Christmas memory. Oh, there's loads. The memories that really stick out to me are from when I was very young. Every Christmas morning, the feeling that I would get when I opened the living room door and saw that Santa had been, and there was parcels everywhere. I loved that feeling, and I can still see it in my mind's eye now, just the parcels going from the tree right out into the living room. Loved that feeling. And also the memories of being at my gran's house when my gran used to cook us all Christmas dinner, and me and my cousins would sit at one table and all the adults would be at the other, and I can still hear all the laughter, the sound of the crackers being pulled, the presents getting unwrapped. So I think the memories of being at my gran's on Christmas Day are very vivid in terms of smell and sound and those sort of senses. But I also always remember at my gran's looking forward to finishing our meal, because I knew that I was always going to get the present that my gran always got me every single year, and that was either the Oor Willie or the Bruins annual. Now, if you're anywhere other than Scotland, you've probably never heard of them, but they're Scottish. Oor Willie was a wee boy in a Scottish family, and it was like cartoon strips, like newspaper cartoon strips, and it was like a whole compilation in one album, in one big book, an annual. So one year it would be Oor Willie, and the next year it would be the Bruins. They only published them alternate years. And the Bruins was very similar. It was another Scottish family, and the humour was brilliant. You had to be Scottish to get it, but I loved it. I always knew I was going to get it. Now I think you get them all in one annual, the Oor Willie and the Bruins. but it's very difficult to get hold of. I would quite like to get it actually to see what Abby and Brooke would make of it now. They probably wouldn't get it, but I just loved it. I have got another favourite childhood memory, which is also covered in the next question, which was my favourite gift from like all my family. And that is, I was always, when I was in high school and at uni, I loved VW Beetles, the cars, but the old ones, not the new ones. The new ones are nice, but like the old style, like Herbie Goes Bananas. That style of Beetle, I loved them. I was obsessed. I read everything about them. I went to old rallies, just loved them. And I always wanted to get my own one. So one year I pulled a Christmas cracker and car keys fell out, and my mum and dad had bought me an old VW Beetle that was the same age as me, and so it was 1975 that it was born, and he had had it fully restored for me. And just, I remember we were at my mum and dad's friend's house at the time. I pulled the cracker, the keys fell out, they took me into their garage, and there was my Beetle with a massive big bow on it. Oh, what an amazing feeling that was. So that is a memory and a gift that I will never ever forget. My favourite gift from Jack and the girls, it's difficult. We don't tend to, Jack and I don't tend to get each other big gifts since we've got the girls. But one year he did get me a gorgeous necklace that had their names on it and a lovely little stone in it. So that was gorgeous. And I don't wear it very often because I'm scared in case I lose it, but it's safe in my jewellery box. And the girls, just anything that they give me, especially if they put thought into it. Brooke loves to go, her and my mum go shopping every year, and Brooke picks what she wants to get for me and her dad and things like that. And Abby is now old enough to go out and about and get her own things as well. So whatever they actually think of and get me, I just love. The lovely Cheryl from the Stephenson Grech Family, which I love, has asked, what is my favourite Christmas movie? I've done a couple of videos now about my favourite Christmas movies, and my favourite overall one is definitely Elf. It has to be. I still love all the ones that I've spoken about recently, but Elf is my favourite overall movie, and I think it always will be. And what TV show would I like to star in and why? This is another cracker of a question. A fun fact, I used to be an extra. Before I was in the wheelchair, I used to be an extra in films and TV shows. Didn't do anything very exciting that you would have seen me in. There's a soap opera here called River City, and I was in a couple of episodes of that just as an extra, standing in a phone box, sitting in a cafe, things like that. And I did a programme for the BBC, what was that called? Lip Service or something. It was a hospital drama. So I have been an extra in a few programmes, and I loved it. I have to say, I loved the whole behind the scenes things. It was long days, but really fun. And I did do a film as well, but I don't know if it ever actually was made. To be honest, I don't remember it ever actually coming out. But if I could star in a TV show, a couple of years ago I would have said a soap, like Corrie or Emmerdale, something like that, because I used to love watching the soaps. But to be honest, I got so sick of them. It was the same storylines and they dragged them out too long, and I've stopped watching them. So it wouldn't really be a soap now. It would probably be something like Friends, because that looked like so much fun. I loved that programme when I was younger. I grew up with Friends, and I think something like that would be so much fun to star in. I can imagine the amount of laughs that they had when they were filming it. But also, I think I would love to be in a reality programme like I'm a Celebrity or something like that. So yeah, I would love to be in any television programme, to be honest. Abby's been an extra in a few things as well. She was in Outlander. She was an extra in Outlander, the Netflix series. And she's done a couple of advertising campaigns and things like that as well. But yeah, I would love to star in any TV programme. But I think Friends would have been amazing to work on, and a reality programme would be so much fun as well. Although I would get kicked off first because I would end up arguing with everybody because I sit and argue with them in the house when I'm watching. The next lot of questions are coming from Laura, who I'm doing the Advent swap with. She was kind enough to message me with a fair list of questions. Laura's a crafty person too, so there's a few questions about them, so I'll answer them first. Do I frame my diamond arts? The answer is yes and no. I've got some, you can see the Christmas one behind me I've put on a canvas, and I have got a couple of others that I've put on a canvas, but I like to get them that already come on the canvas or come with a frame with them, because by the time I've done them, I can never be bothered finding a frame, buying a frame and framing them. So I've got loads that are sitting finished but haven't actually been framed, which is terrible. So yes and no is the answer to that one. The crafty thing I'm most proud of has to be the big diamond art that I did for my mum, the big Santa Claus one that you'll have seen in the living room. I'll insert a picture if you've not seen it. And that took hours and hours, but it has turned out amazing and I loved it. I love the fact that I spent so long on it for my mum because I knew that she desperately wanted it, and I know how much she appreciates it. So I'm definitely most proud of that. And my favourite go-to craft changes all the time. It used to be crochet, and then it was latch hooking, then it was diamond painting. I'm loving all the paper crafts that I'm doing now. Sorry if I'm moving about, Rana's here getting cuddles. I'm loving all the paper crafts that I've started doing now, but I think my favourite go-to craft is probably colouring in, because I can do that even if I've only got 5 minutes or if I've got 3 hours. Whereas the others take a while to get all set up and ready and organised, so I need to have a good space of time to be able to do them. But colouring in I can just do even if I've only got 5 minutes to spare. Right, what is my favourite movie? So other than Christmas movies, my favourite all-time movie has to be either Dirty Dancing. Again, I was in first year I think when Dirty Dancing came out, and I loved it, and I still know all the words to it. And the other one is the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which sounds a bit bizarre, I know, but again, I know all the words to it. I loved it. I know all the songs. I know all the audience participation. I've been to see it live numerous times and got dressed up for it, and I just absolutely love it. So I would say they're my favourite films. What would my last meal be? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Probably a very rare steak with garlic butter and mushrooms and chips, maybe sweet potato chips. No other veg, just mushrooms. That would probably be it, and I would need to have a dessert. Of course I would need to have a dessert, and it would be a cake of some kind. Maybe a cheesecake or some kind of pastry, I don't know. But there would definitely be a dessert. I just love cake. Can you tell by I think probably if I watch back this Vlogmas, I'll see my face getting bigger and bigger and bigger every day. What do I appreciate most in life? I know it's going to sound cheesy, but the 2 things I appreciate most in life are, first of all, my family, my mum and dad, Jack and the girls. I could not be without them. They are my life, and I appreciate them every single day. They all do so much for me, and there is not a minute of the day that I don't appreciate everything that they do for me. Even when we're arguing, I still appreciate everything that they do for me. And the second thing is my health, because I'm not going to get all negative and down again, but my health was really bad in 2012, and then in 2014 there were times when my mum and dad thought that I wasn't going to make it. I can't remember those times, but it has made me so appreciate the health that I have got. I have still got health issues, and I always will have. I'm in the wheelchair, but I don't care, because as long as I'm healthy enough to be living my best life, being with the Jack and the girls and the dogs and my mum and dad, then that's it. So of course I appreciate my doggies as well. But yeah, that is what I appreciate most in life, my family and my health. Does Jack have any bad habits? Of course he does, he's a man. Well, I should say he's human, because we've all got bad habits, haven't we? I'm trying to think what his worst bad habits are. Probably the same as most men. Farting, snoring, leaving lights on, not listening to me. And then when I say the same thing over and over again, accusing me of nagging, but if he'd listened in the first place, I wouldn't have had to nag. So yeah, those are some of his bad habits, but do you know what? For all the bad habits that he's got and that everybody's got, I wouldn't change them because his good habits more than outweigh his bad ones. I know it sounds cheesy, but it's true. What is my favourite shop? Oh, now, there's a few. It just depends. I love shopping. I love going to Asda because not only can I get lots of tasty food, but I can go to George and see all the clothes and I can see all the books and the magazines and the home stuff, everything. It's got a bit of everything. I love Primark. I could spend hours in Primark because what's not to love about Primark? All the bargains that you get, all the gorgeous clothes, as well as the kids' clothes and all the home stuff. I love Poundland because of the bargains you get. I love B&M's and Home Bargains because of the bargains that you get. I love the Range and the Works and Hobbycraft because of all the crafty things. So it really depends what I'm looking for, but those are definitely my favourite shops. Shops like that I could get lost in, and I'm happiest if I get to go on my own because I'm not worried about everybody going, come on, we're bored. I get to spend as much time as I want in them. Would I like more pets? Well, that is a burning question. That is a burning question because yes is the answer to that. You might have guessed that from when I've been opening my advent swaps, I would love to get another cat because I had cats growing up rather than dogs, and I had a cat when I met Jack, then we got another one together as well as having the dogs. So I would love to get more cats. Once those cats went, we didn't get any more, but yeah, I'm trying to persuade Jack at the moment,
What?
to get a cat.
Not doing well.
I'm not.
You're in the bargain.
Sorry about that. Jack just came to get me to show me a surprise that he set up for Granny Annie, and I'll show you that in tomorrow's vlog probably. Either tomorrow or Sunday's vlog. You'll see it soon. And it's amazing. She'll love it. So where was it? Yes, so I do have my eye on a certain furry baby at the moment. And all I will say is watch this space. Laura also asks, what song has the most meaning for me? And that has to be our wedding song, which was Billy Joel, Just the Way You Are. Not to be confused with the Bruno Mars, Just the Way You Are, because they're two totally different songs. But I love you just the way you are is the version that I'm talking about. We love it. It was our wedding song. And, well, it was a wedding song with a difference because us being the sort of crazy people that we are, we didn't want to just have a boring slow song all the way through our first dance. So we had about half of that song playing, and then it got the DJ to put it straight into Proclaimers 500 Miles and got everybody up on the floor dancing and jumping about, which was amazing. But yes, Billy Joel, Just the Way You Are, has the most meaning to me because it's our wedding song and it makes me think of my hubby. How do I relax? Other than crafts, I have a game that I love on my tablet and my phone called Clockmaker, and I will probably talk about that in my favourites video that will be coming up at some point, but that is how I relax. I watch the telly and play my game on either on my phone or on my tablet, or I watch YouTube and craft. That's the two ways that I love to relax. What is the best dish that I ever cooked? Is this a trick question, Laura? I can't cook to save myself. Probably the best dish I've ever cooked is a bloomin' omelette. I am a hopeless cook. I can't think of any dish that I've ever cooked that I've been proud of. I do cook every day for me and Jack and the girls, but never anything that I'm proud of. Nothing that I would say, oh, that's my best dish ever. It's I make a great bowl of Frosties. Oh, thanks, darling. He's a cheeky kid. I make a great bowl of Frosties. So, yeah, I grew up with my mum, who is the worst cook in the world. She's even worse than me. So I've never learned to cook properly. I do meals in the slow cooker and things like that as well, but I'm not a good cook. My penultimate question, do you like that word? That's a big word. My second last question is, did I have any crushes when I was younger? When I was younger, I had a mad crush on George Michael from Wham, before he was gay, obviously, although I would have still had a crush on him even if I knew he was gay, and also Marty Pello from Wet Wet Wet. Not so much now with either of them. Obviously, George Michael's no longer with us, and Marty Pello, there's still something about him, but no, I wouldn't say I've got a crush on him anymore. In terms of when I was at school, there was a guy when I was in first and second year, he was in fifth and sixth year, and he did all the school shows, and I just thought he was amazing because he did the school shows and he was good looking. I can't even remember what his name was. That's how much of an impact he had on me. But I used to see him in the corridors at school and go, oh, there's him. Is it Kenny? I can't remember. I've got no idea. I think he was gay as well, to be honest, now that I look back at it. But yeah, so they were my crushes when I was younger, George Michael and Marty Pello. And finally, who is my favourite YouTuber? What a question. I can't answer that, to be honest, because the YouTubers that I watch now are completely different to the YouTubers that I watched this time last year. Because my interests and my hobbies and everything have changed. And so the people I would have said were my favourites last year, I don't even watch some of them now. And they probably are still brilliant, and I probably would enjoy them if I watched them. I've just not got time because I've got so many others that I watch now. I've got loads of favourite crafting YouTubers and loads of favourite vloggers and loads of favourite like keto people. So it depends on what it is that I'm watching. What I will say is, in terms of favourite YouTubers, I've got YouTubers that I prioritise in terms of when I'm going to sit down and think, right, okay, I've only got a set amount of time. There's a certain list of people that I will always look to see if they've got videos out, and I'll watch them first. So they're my favourites in those ways. And they're the people that really tend to support me, and that we're kind of friends through YouTube, if you like. So I will always look out for, obviously, Tracey, the Mad Scots lass. Love her videos because I really like her, and I love Ali. Even although I don't do Slimming World now, I still love watching her food and things like that as well. There is Christine from My Life and Hobbies. Still love all her videos. Unfortunately, she's had such a hard time this year, so she's stopped making videos for the moment, but I'm hoping she's going to get back to it next year. There is the Stephenson Grech Family. Love them so much. If you don't watch them, you need to go and watch them. I will link all of these people down below. So they vlog every single day, so I'm always looking out for their videos. And if I don't get to watch them one day, I'll watch both the next. And who else? It's a Stacey thing, of course. I've mentioned them before because I did the food swap with them. Hay Bales, Rachel from Hay Bales is an amazing person. She is just amazing. I started watching her for Slimming World, and we've both moved away from Slimming World, but I still love watching her. Trudi Beanie, also, I watch her from Slimming World. Alan from Al the Geeky Slimmer, I love his videos as well. He's doing Vlogmas for the first time this year, and he's got a gorgeous wee dog, Boris. There is also the Bogs that I've started watching that I mentioned, I gave a shout out to a few weeks ago. And like I said, I've got a lot of favourite crafting YouTubers. I'm not going to go into them here because this isn't my crafting channel. But yeah, so it really depends what it is that I'm watching, type of video that I'm wanting to watch, and my favourites. But if I've missed anybody and you know that I watch you and love you, please comment below and I will mention you in another video, because my head's just full of everything just now. But I don't think I've missed anybody that I watch regularly that I absolutely love. Of course, there's also Cheryl from What's for Tea, as well as Sky from Mum to One Hauls. So that's all my questions. Thank you so much for asking them. Thank you so much for listening to me answering them. If you've got any other questions that you've thought about while watching this, please do put them in the comments below. I will do another Q&A at some point, or I will answer them in the comments. I don't mind. So yeah, and if I've missed anybody out, if you did ask me a question and I've missed it, please, please let me know, and I apologise sincerely. I have went through all my videos again and looked at the comments, so I'm hoping that I've not missed anything. There was somebody who asked a question about how the girls feel about my disability and how they find it on a day-to-day basis, but I've said to her that I'm going to do that as a separate video because I think other people might find that really useful as well, like other kids that might be in the same situation. But if I have missed out your question, please let me know and I will answer it in another Vlogmas video, and I apologise if that is the case. Right, so that is everything from my Q&A for today. Let's do our crazy Christmas karaoke now. And yesterday's song was Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, Make the Yuletide Gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. That was the words. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. And that was because I was feeling so much positive knowing that Ranach was doing well. So much more positive knowing that Ranach was doing well. So I thought that was a very appropriate one. A nice, fun, kiddies, easy one today. And that is, Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? And Jill, I can't wait to see what you come up with to fit these lyrics into a sentence. Every single Christmas karaoke, Jill puts the lyrics into a sentence and it's amazing. So it'll be interesting to see if she manages to do it with this one. So that is our Crazy Christmas karaoke done. So that's everything for today's Vlogmas. Vlogmas Day, is this 19? I can't remember. Yes. So I will see you tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 20. Already? Oh, I can't believe we're into the 20s. It's going to be here soon. Santa's nearly coming. Santa's nearly coming. Right, thanks so much, everybody. Don't forget to comment down below. Hit the thumbs up button if you've enjoyed this. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye. Remember to be kind to each other. Santa's watching.